Good morning, good morning. I am Dr. Karen Lewis. Welcome to the Real Radio, Real People, Real Talk, and Real Estate. And I am so excited to be here. We're going to have fun. The show is sponsored to you by Urban Real Estate School. So if you are looking to get your real estate license, we do have a class going on. You can give me a call, 954-248-9149. And if you want to buy a house too, we can help you buy a house too. So you can call that same number and stay tuned. We're going to have some fun because we got a great guest. And right now I'm going to pass the mic.
Good morning, everyone. This is Tamika Moses, broker owner of Robinburg Realty, and I can be reached at 954-404-4646. And I'm happy to be back here for another Saturday show.
I know. You know, me and you have been going through a few things, right? So I'm glad to be back here too. Thank God. All right. So we're going to bring some life into the show today. And so what we want to do now, we want to introduce our guest. Well, actually, we're going to let her introduce herself to you all. So get ready. You might want to grab your pen and paper because you're going to get some golden nuggets. She's going to drop them like it's hot.
Yes, good morning, everybody. My name is Jonah Lawrence. I am the broker owner of Premier Realty Homes, and I am so happy to be here this morning. Thank you guys for having me.
Gotcha. So you have three brokers. Gina, give out your phone number.
My phone number for my office is 954-589-5317.
Good. So Gina, we want to talk to you and thank you so much for coming here today.
Thank you for having me.
You just started your own brokerage and now we have this new law came out August 17th and it's like the buzz right now in real estate with buyers and sellers.
Yes.
So we have the buyers brokers agreement. Were you all filling the buyers brokers agreement out before or you all just started and tell us a little bit about how you educate your agents so they can go out and talk to the buyers?
Okay, so it started off August 17th, but prior to August 17th, we already started the trainings because, we had to prepare for the buyer broker agreement. So I would say, yes, we did start prior to August 17th, educating the agents. Every Wednesday night, we have trainings. So we started with the trainings to ensure that we were ahead of the game. So right now, I would say the buyer broker agreement has not been a big problem for the brokerage. The agents have really grasped it. They understand that this is a big change and they have been able to basically pivot. We understand that this is what we have to do now for the new way of business.
That's good. In other states, and I know Georgia for one, because I'm licensed in Georgia, it said they were already doing that.
Yes.
They would never take a buyer out without getting a buyer's brokers agreement signed. And even in Florida, when years ago, when I first started real estate, we were already completing the buyer's broker. So it wasn't, like, oh my God, I'm getting scared, or my agents are getting ready to get out of the business because they're scared to ask for compensation to the buyers.
Well, I feel that asking for compensation for a service that you're going to do, I don't find it scary. If you know what you're going to provide, you know what you're going to offer, what's the issue in paying? We all want services. So when we go places and we want services, as long as you know what we're going to get, we're okay with paying it. Right. So I teach my agents to provide top tier service from the lowest price point to the highest price point. The service doesn't change based on what a customer is purchasing.
Gotcha. I like that.
I feel the same way. And I mean, I've been using buyer broker agreements for years, but there were still a lot of agents in Florida that didn't use it. They just took the client out. They like, oh, they called me on the phone. I'm here at the property. And it's the Wild West. It's like, no, you're really dealing with someone with the biggest transaction of their life, whether it's residential or commercial. So you need the proper documentation. Like I always say, when you go to an attorney just say, all right, now I'm just gonna start defending you without any consultation and everything. When you go to the doctor's office, don't they have a notepad of all the services and everything they're going to do and the fees and everything that you're going to be charged for? So I think as a real estate professional, you need to do the same.
Right. And it's amazing that we can go to the doctor, we can go to the attorney and automatically know that they're going to, before they start doing anything, they are going to ask for a retainer.
Yes.
Okay, they're not doing anything. Mm-hmm. And we provide the service. Listen to this. We provide the service to help you with one of your, probably the most major investment in your life.
Absolutely.
And then when it comes to us, we want to not pay compensation.
Or we feel afraid to ask for it because it's new for a lot of people. Florida is new. But as I said before to my agents, we are providing a service. And no one was going to work and not want to be compensated for the service.
Right.
So if you're providing great service, you shouldn't be afraid to ask for compensation.
Bring your value.
Yes, bring the value. You lead with the value. And we haven't had any issues with the buyers. We tell them what it is, and obviously it's negotiable. We don't just say, hey, this is what the rate is. We negotiate. And it's only if you're not going to get compensated, obviously, from the seller side. But I have taught them that let's just lead with our value. Let's lead with them knowing that we are going to be there from beginning to end. It's not a start and stop type of service. And I don't think there will be an issue as long as we give them the value.
So what would you say to a buyer that's listening who wants to purchase a house when an agent comes to them and they're afraid to sign that paper? Would you tell them to interview other agents?
Yes.
What would you tell them?
I actually feel that any buyer should interview more than one agent. Make sure it's a good fit. It's like a relationship for the next sometimes 30, 60, 90, sometimes 6 months, right?
Right.
So I feel like you should interview agents, find out what's the right fit for you, and be educated. I don't think that anybody should start shopping with any agent without being educated on the process. Some agents have gotten away from that. They just want to start working with you, but education goes afar. So educate the buyers, make sure they understand what you're going to offer so they'll have a full understanding of what they're signing and why they should utilize you as the agent.
Right. I like that too. What do you think of, because of the compensation, and we don't have to put it into the multiple listing service, what do you think about when a seller says, okay, you're the listing agent and I'm going to pay you, but I'm not going to pay Madam Tamika as the selling agent? So do you think that it's not beneficial for the seller to say, and this is just hypothetical,
Yes.
written in stone.
We've taken on a lot of listings since this change, and I educate my sellers as to why they should pay both. Because you want somebody to bring you a qualified buyer. You want them to be able to make sure that this buyer is able to get through to the end. So who's going to bring their buyer if they're not going to have anything? So I educate them that it's best to go ahead and service both agents. And even if that means a little bit less, it's fine, because anything is better than zero, right? Mm-hmm. So I've educated my agents when they do their listing agreements to ensure that we still ask for the compensation, not just for ourselves, but for that agent that's coming in that's going to bring them the buyer.
Right, because unfortunate, and the truth behind the scene, sometimes an agent may not want to show that particular
That's
house.
Right, and it's sad.
And it's sad, but it's true,
it's true.
because they feel like they're out there working, and then there's no compensation. And then sometimes when buyers purchase a home, they just have enough to get by. The average buyer just have enough. And so they don't have any monies to, pay the compensation, even though they want to work with an agent.
Exactly.
Get back up. Okay,
exactly.
Keep it moving.
And that's what I said. What we have asked some of our buyers, they have actually asked us to not show them properties where there's no compensation because they don't have it. So, some buyers will be very transparent and ask that you don't. But in all our listings, we show our value. We provide that value to our clients, and we also encourage them that it's best to give that compensation to the other side, just so that we can make sure that you're getting an agent that's going to do the legwork to ensure you have a qualified buyer for your property.
Yeah. So what are some of the things that you would say that's valuable to an agent to go out there? If I was a buyer, what are some of the value that people need to look for in an agent?
Well, number one, communication. Make sure that they identify what the buyer wants. Sometimes we lead with what we feel is best for our clients, but ultimately our clients are the ones purchasing these properties. So I say lead with communication. That's the first and foremost, and understand how every buyer is your client. Sometimes we want the client, we want them so bad, but maybe it's just not a good fit for you. Be okay with that. Lead with basically answering your phone. That's a big one. I've heard a lot of agents will call and say, I can't get the agent on the phone. I feel it's a disservice to the seller when there's people want to see the property and the agent is not calling back any agents.
Wow.
And that's big.
Gina, I have to address that.
Yes.
Because one, I didn't do a video because of how I was feeling, right?
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, it is sad when a real estate agent, and this is happening to me, I've tried to give them deals, and you had to text me or email me somebody because I put in the group. people are not picking up their phones.
Exactly.
You are a real estate
They-
professional.
Mhm.
I am not saying that you have to pick up your phone 24/7, but if someone calls you, then you should at least try to call back. They're literally not picking up their phone.
No.
This has been going on with me for the last 2 months, that agents are not picking up their phone. I'm
No.
speechless.
And
So rule
and-
number one, if you're a real estate agent, pick up your phone
up your
because
phones,
your
please.
clients need to hear from you. And then if somebody wants to use you as an agent, you have to pick up your phone. And if not, that's going to already let them know. If you're not picking up your phone in the beginning,
Yes.
what type of transaction that's going to be. And an agent and buyer right now, if they have to pay compensation, they're not going to take you.
Exactly. Thank you. You have to show your value. So if I can't get you on the phone for an initial conversation, this already shows how this relationship is going to go for the next few months.
Right.
So definitely pick up the phone, communicate. Also be able to go out there and show the properties. So that's another thing. Agents are like, I'm so busy. I feel like we all want to make the earnings in real estate, but you have to also have the time to invest in your buyers and in your sellers. Don't just list a property and don't just take on a buyer, and if they're calling you, you're not able to service them. Actually, obtained a buyer that way. Her agent didn't show up to the showing, and she ended up going with me because the lady never showed up. So please, agents, if you're taking on buyers or sellers, have the time that it's going to take to service them. We go by the words top tier at my brokerage.
I know,
and
I
top
hear that.
tier, you are definitely.
It stands for something.
It stands for something. It's not just a word, not just words for me. It's really a part of our mission. Our mission is to provide top tier service from beginning to end of each transaction, no matter the price point. Luxury is not a price point. It's you.
That's
You
right.
are the
It's a
luxury you bring to your
service, right.
clients.
Absolutely.
Absolutely right.
Absolutely. You said something too, maybe just for the real estate agents today, because when you said show properties, that's important. Sometimes we don't want to show properties, and now, not a lot of houses have the regular lockbox where you can give the code,
Exactly.
but they would give the codes to their clients, and that's a big
That's a
no-no.
big no.
And if you're a buyer out there, don't take it. You can't make it, but tell your agent, especially now, to come and show you the properties because they have more information than you about the property. So ask for the information and have them politely take you to the property, even though you may be in a hurry, but have them bring their value and have them bring their A game.
And that brings me to another point. Be prepared for your showings. When you go with some of these agents will go to a showing and they don't know anything about the property. They didn't take the time. They just scheduled the showing. What's the square footage? Is there HOA? Is what are we doing? So they just don't know anything because they're just scheduling showings. So take the time to educate yourself. Take the time to understand, that this is what my client wants or needs. Don't just make the showings and just say, oh, I'm going to go. But if the client asks you during the showing, what's the square footage? They have no idea.
That's right.
They have no idea. They don't even have I usually have, when I'm showing even commercial properties or something, I have my little notes up there. I take down the pages, even from CoStar, from the MLS, and make sure I have that documentation with me. Most agents, they don't. They're just like, I'm just here to open up the door.
Just show the property.
I don't know.
Where's the value?
I don't know.
I tell you.
Yeah.
What? And I always tell this story. She's one of my agents now, right? But I'm telling you, I was showing a property. This was years ago, but I won't say it's like 30 years ago. But it was maybe about I'm not sure. But anyway, I was showing her a property, and I had my cell phone, and I was on my cell phone, and we walked in the room, and she told me politely, she says, will you please get off your cell phone? I need your help.
That's right.
But I understood her, and I tell you right now, no, leave the cell phone in the car.
That's
But
right.
she taught me a major lesson.
Yes.
Because I'm working with her,
Yes.
and I need to give her my undivided attention.
Yeah.
So she taught me that. I guess my common sense didn't allow me to do that.
Yeah.
But that was a lesson learned
That's
from
a
me.
lesson
Yeah,
learned.
and I think that, also, I see now more agents, they're filming. The whole time they're trying to show the property. I'm like,
Oh,
you can't.
wow.
Yeah, they're
That's
filming. And I'm like,
That's
no,
a
you
big
can't
one.
do that. You have to give them your full-fledged attention. If you want to do some filming, if it's an open house, get there a little bit earlier.
Wow.
Then,
I
get
agree.
there a little bit early, do
15,
the
20
content.
minutes.
Don't feel while the people are there like, what are y'all doing?
But this is since you have 3 brokers, this is a real estate
I'm like,
show
so
for the
how do
agent.
how do you pay attention? Because some, Listen, I don't want to be on camera. I'm rather look at that property. Yeah.
So you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
If you want to do some social media content, number one, make sure it's available. You guys make sure that it says you can do this. It says yes, but you cannot go in with a client. These clients are they're anxious. They want to purchase. Right. They want you to be there professionally. Right. They want your advice or your I guess not to say opinion, but they do want your advice in the matter. How can you do that if you're on your phone? I tell all my agents, your client should not know that there's another person you're working with. They should feel that you're giving them your undivided attention.
That's so true. And one of the things that I say is that when a client has to call one of my agents, you failed your client, because a client should never have to call you. They should know what's going on from the beginning, midway to the end and in between.
That's right. I agree with that 100%. 100%. It's a lot of changes, but some things are just a textbook that we should just know. Yeah. But unfortunately, we do have to keep training this, because some people come into the real estate world, they don't know. Right, so they don't. No. So I continue to train and educate and make sure that they understand what our role is. The world sees us as real estate agents are just getting paid to do nothing, but we have to
get on social
value.
media.
Exactly. It's like dick behind the scenes. Behind the scenes. Let me do some behind the scenes footage. It was really good.
Of the things that go on that you guys, we shield them from that.
Let me show you the screenshots and the text messages I get at 1 o'clock in the morning. Like what?
That's right. We do a lot.
We shield them from
but you did also hit on a really big note of agents answer your phone, especially in the South Florida market. One of our real estate friends, colleagues, Jeff, he answered the phone. It was homes.com on the other end to get a quote. So you never know. These companies are calling you. They want your expert advice, and you're not picking up the phone.
You miss out on opportunities. I pick up my phone. I think it's important. Even if you have a set schedule, tell people what to expect, but not say anything. Even if you say, I'm working 9 to 5, I'll answer your calls within such and such time. If it's an emergency, text me or so on. So I think that we have to really, as real estate professionals, bring our A game, because there are so many people that gets their license and really don't bring their A game. So that's what we want. Gina, you said this, so I'm going to let you know loud on the radio.
Okay.
It was from you, but if you ever hear me saying it, it's from me now. I've heard her say lead with like more than once, right? So if you see me do a video, it's okay.
That's right. That's right.
Right.
Listen, everything in this world has already been done. Nothing I'm have said is new.
Amen.
It's already been done. So it's all of us to share.
Yes. Good.
If it's valuable, use it.
Good. So should the seller be alarmed for anything with this new law? Other than you talk to your sellers about, still providing compensation for the buyer? Is there anything else? Because we got a lot of addendums going on.
Exactly. It's a lot. Again, the sellers should also be educated on this new process, because there are a lot of changes that the sellers will face as well. If they're not just offering upfront compensation, that's the new word, then there are agreements that they would have to sign that will go back to each broker. So yes, we should be educating our sellers on this new process, educating them on that they don't have to give the compensation. So we want them to, but they should know that they have options. That's the reason why we're here now. They should know that they have options. So don't just put them in this is what it is, this is what it has to be. Let them know all their options and help them make an educated decision.
Right, that's key right there.
Education.
Education. Be educated. You gotta educate and be transparent.
Transparency.
Yes. Right. Transparent. I like that.
Yes.
So we hear rates. Rates drop. So do you all, what do you recommend? What do you tell buyers to do at this point? Well, I tell them if it's 18%, buy still. If you can afford it. But don't look at the rate anyway. Yeah. If you can afford it, buy the house.
I sell more of the multifamilies, and then on commercial side, if you can afford it, purchase it. Simple as that. Rates go up and down. This is nothing new.
Right.
That's nothing new whatsoever. Right. So it's just like, if you can afford it, you can purchase it.
So the focus on the rates, I get it. But back to what you said, if you can afford it, buy the house, you date the rate.
That's it.
If the
Marry
rates
the
go
house.
down, you go
That's
ahead
right.
and you refinance it. But we're all, back in the days, older times, rates were
My time.
extremely high, right?
Yeah.
But everybody's very big on the rates. I get it. And for right now, we are going back to those clients who are waiting for the rates to drop. So I do see that with this new rate drop, we should have more buyers in the market. Again, I'm with you guys. If you have it, purchase it. Real estate in Florida keeps appreciating, so you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Right. How do you educate your agents to keep abreast of what's going on in the market, what's going on with the trends?
Well, I train every Wednesday, or I have some professionals come in and train every Monday and Wednesdays are our training days.
Okay.
But I also encourage them to still go into their MLS, reach out to their boards, go sit in those trainings, go to events in the community, make sure that they stay abreast of what's going on. Real estate is forever changing, so we can't just get comfortable with one way. Today may be this and tomorrow is something new. So I'm very big on providing those resources in terms of training. There's always a training somewhere, so I try to make sure that if I'm not aware of it today, I call the MLS and I make sure that I have trainings for my agents.
Gotcha.
So every week is a training.
Every week is a training.
Oh yeah, we get 2 trainings a week at Premier.
The beautiful thing about real estate, there's no shortage with it. We got training everywhere.
Oh,
Everybody wants to give us training.
Everybody wants to provide us with training. So
And you did hit on something, is going to your local boards. A lot of
Yes.
people, they pay the MLS dues and that's all
and
they
that's
do.
what we do.
And it's like we have tons of classes from residential certifications, commercial classes. No one, I didn't know that was going on over there. I'm like,
Or
go
my
to the
broker
captain,
didn't have it. We had it there.
Exactly.
Oh wow, that's
So
excellent.
and I hear that all the time. Oh, I didn't know the association did. I'm like, what are you talking
Yeah.
about? So you just sign on, go straight to them, and let you look
That's-
at any
they-
other things that you pay for within your dues.
Oh yeah.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah.
the Miami board,
Mm-hmm.
I have one of the trainers once a month. She comes on and trains.
Mhm.
So I feel like that gives them some type of
Right,
into the
yeah.
Miami realtors.
And now they're coming to your office.
And they'll
Yeah,
come
come
to
to
your
your office
office.
now.
They're
Yeah,
coming
come
to
to
your
your
office.
office now.
I
Yeah.
just say an undereducated real estate agent is a choice because there's so many ways to learn.
Mm-hmm.
Right, it's a
And
choice.
if you're taking this career seriously,
Seriously.
you should
Right,
want to know as
right.
much as you can about your
Right,
craft.
Right.
And it's, yes, the broker should provide some trainings, but there's so many other resources other than just the brokerage
Right.
that you can learn from.
Right.
Yes.
And like we said, there are so many trainings. Even if your broker, we hope your broker does, but even
Yes.
if your broker does not provide training, there are so many other opportunities
That's right.
and ways that you can get training.
Mhm.
Exactly.
So that's
Exactly.
good. We shifted this show to real estate agents. I like that though, So that means if you're looking to be a real estate, it is a great career
It
to
is.
come in, especially when you have the opportunity to help so many people, to help people achieve the American dream. Yes, it is still the American dream for you to get a house when you believe that you can. And if you're listening to us today and you're that person that thinks that no way possible that you can get a house, the first thing to do is call and have the conversation.
That's right.
And then go from there. But just doing nothing, you're right, you'll never get that house. So I definitely want you all to give out your number again. I'm going to ask one more question.
Okay.
Since this is a real estate for the real estate agent. This is a quick question, okay?
Yes.
Brand new agent comes in the door. What would the 3 things that you would tell your agent to do and will come around?
Well, a brand new agent coming in the door, number one, I would tell them to identify what their, well, not niche, but what type of services they want to offer. Build a brand visibility. Make sure you have a place that you're going to allow people to know what you're doing, and connect. Everybody that you know should know what you're doing. Everybody in your family, your friends, make sure those people are aware that you are in the real estate game. And lastly, I know you said 3, make sure you pick
That's
a
okay.
brokerage that is going to allow you to have education and actually truly want to see you elevate in this real
I
estate
like
world.
that.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's something similar. I was saying also. Go to networking events. Go to
Exactly.
business networking events. A lot of people don't network for some reason. I don't understand. They think the business is going to come in, and you have to go out and go get the business. And of course, you let everyone know who you are and what you do. this is a business you cannot be shocked. I have given out my business cards to people in the grocery store. And when I'm standing in lines having a conversation, they've gotten my business card. They've gotten all of that. And you have to let people know, because they may not use you that day. But someone's down the road, they say, you know what, I remember you.
It
happens all the time. And also in education.
That's
really
right.
big on education. So yes, go join a brokerage who enforces education. Because people,
Yeah, I like that too.
because there are some people like, oh, well, you know, my brokerage 100%. Do they give you education? No. I'm looking for the highest. No. Because if you're looking for the highest commission, that's the least amount of education. Right. So you have to go somewhere where you're going to get that real training. So that I really, I stand behind. I'm big behind education.
Invest in your brand. So if it means paying a little bit more commission, that's fine. But you're investing into your business.
You're investing in your business.
Yes. Awesome.
Wow. So I like everything that you said. So one of the things, if they were a new agent, because you all have given all the external, so I'm going to give something internal. This is one of the things that I believe in highly. I believe in that an agent should prospect. And what I mean, they can, whether it's cold calls for sale by owners, even if they do it on their social media or whatever it is, even if you do it from your cell phone. But I believe that for 1 to 2 hours, if not 4, you should get a system, and you should just be active with talking to somebody. Never stopping. If you do that, then I believe that will help you always have a healthy pipeline. That is one of the biggest things that I believe in when it comes to real estate.
I agree with that.
Yes.
I agree with that. Yes, you have to have time to prospect, to build your pipeline, to build your network. So a lot of times, you know, agents will say, I don't have time. I'm going to give it 2 times a week. What you put into real estate is what you get out of it. So if you have one of the followers just say people need to be self-motivated, absolutely. Your broker cannot want your business to succeed more than you do. You have to come with your own motivation. We're here to help you. We're here to aid you. But you have to be able to come with your own motivation to be successful. So I agree with that 100%. Prospecting is number 1 to be successful.
Yes, I love the branding. I love the education. I love the networking. So if you are an agent and you've heard those things, then maybe write down at least 2 of those things and start to execute in your business. Okay, and give it 6 months. Don't get, especially when you're new. Don't come out and it doesn't happen in 3 months. Get set at least a year.
Yeah, and you said a key thing too. Your social media should reflect that you are in a real estate business. That is it's free.
Talk to your market. It's free.
It's free. When I start charging, it's free.
I'm a master at DM.
Exactly.
I do, you know, okay, I know it's time to go. I DM people every morning. I DM people every morning.
Absolutely.
I get up. Every morning.
You should. And that's going to help keep the business going.
That's right.
If you're not prospecting every day, your business is slowly dying. You don't want that to happen. So let's prospect, please.
This is an infomercial, and then we're going to close out. Real estate agents, if you are not prospecting, your business is slowly dying.
That's right.
So you don't want your business to die.
No.
And we talked about real estate agents. Now, again, if you're interested in getting your real estate license, we can give us a call, 954-248-9149. And Gina, give out your number again, and we appreciate you coming.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys having me. This was amazing. Our number for Premier Realty Homes is 954-589-5317.
Again, Tamika Moses, Robinburg Realty, 954-404-4646.
Dr. Karen Lewis. I am the host of the Real Radio, Real People, Real Talk, and Real Estate. And thank you all so much for joining us. And stay tuned for the next 2 weeks Saturday, and we will be back. Okay, and I hope you all got something out of this today. And again, Gina, we enjoyed you. And thank you so much for coming. And we are signing off, and make it a great day.
Have a great day, everyone.
Great day.
All right.